In the last few years, I've been able to make over $10 million in my business. I've been able to fix my marriage from the brink of divorce, and I've helped thousands of men do the same. However, it wasn't always that way, and it was a very fucking difficult journey. I was constantly stressed. I was constantly under pressure. My communication sucked. My intimacy was non-existent with my wife. We were arguing all the time, and I was struggling as a man, struggling with anxiety and depression. Now, I've created a blueprint that I've shared with over 5,000 men on how you can actually fix any of these problems and become the ultimate human. Become a better husband, a better father, a better business owner, and a better man. So if you wanna make more money, have more time, have better relationships, be happy and healthy in life, in today's podcast episode, I'm gonna be breaking down the simple 6-step blueprint to become the ultimate human and ultimately be successful in every area of your life. And if you don't know who I am, my name's Tony Versick. I'm the founder of The Empowered Man, and we've helped over 5,000 high-performing men fix their marriages, reconnect with their children, and find work-life balance. Step one of this formula is becoming a man who gets to the truth. We have clients come and work with us anywhere from making 100 grand a year as an employee to guys making $200 million a year. And the first thing we get them to do is get to the truth about what's currently not working in their lives. Now, at Empowered Man, we teach that there are 3 key areas you must be in control of, and they are your health, your wealth, and your relationships. Now, each of these areas affect one another. You can have a healthy body, a six-pack, full of energy, in control of your mind. You can have a great relationship with your wife or partner, be an amazing human, but if your business or career isn't making money, you can't pay the bills, it affects the other 2 areas. You can have an amazing business with lots of money and lots of success. You might not have enough time. You can have a great marriage with your partner, but if you get cancer or have a heart attack, it fucks with everything else. Or you can have a great health, great business, heaps of balance, but you might have your partner or wife cheat on you, or you might be disconnected. They all affect one another. So one of the first things we get our clients to do is do something called a truth assessment. And this process is very simple. You can do it at home right now. Just write down on a pen and paper, what is not working in my health, in my body and mind, what's not working, in my business or wealth, what's not working, and in my relationships, what's not working. We're very good at focusing on what's not working in our lives. And if we want to change anything, we want to be successful, become better, level up in any area, we have to first know where we are, point A. This is the starting point. I'm going to share my screen with you here. If you're listening on a podcast platform, you won't be able to see, but I'll explain everything I do. Otherwise, watch the video version on podcast platforms or YouTube. So this is something we call our NSTAR document. We give it to all of our clients who invest in our programs. And the first step is point A. What are the problems, right? What's not working in your life? You want to write out at least 5 problems or challenges you currently have in these 3 key areas of health, wealth, and relationships. And you want to get super specific on each problem. You want to be brutally honest with yourself on where you currently are, what's not working in your life. And you want to write down how each area currently looks and feels for you. So you start with your health. You might write down, I'm 20 kilos overweight. I'm struggling to stay positive. My energy is really low. I'm not sleeping well. Just do a bullet list of all the things that are currently not working when it comes to your health. Your health is going to be physically and mentally. Your sleep, your energy, the way you think, the way you feel, the way you look. That's all physical. That is your health. Write down all those problems. The next step is going to be doing the exact same thing for your wealth. So you might write down, I'm constantly working but have no money to show for it. I have no spare time for anything other than work. Your wealth is going to come down to your business or career. It's going to come down to money. It's going to come down to time or balance. You might be constantly stressed. So what it used to look like for me was, I have no energy, I have no health, I'm physically unfit. That was health. Wealth was, I have no time. I'm constantly putting out fires. I don't have anyone I can rely on. I have no balance. I work too much. I finish work late. I'm sure you can think of some things that aren't working. And the final one is, what are the problems in my relationships? I'm losing my wife. She's cheating on me. I don't know how to communicate without getting angry or triggered. So when I got to the truth of my life, I was blaming my wife, Rosie. I was blaming my business. I was blaming external factors for what wasn't working. This step is all about going, cool, what actually isn't working? If I remove the blame, what's not working in my health, wealth, and relationships? What needs to change? This is about getting to the truth, and that is step 1 by following this process. Step number 2 is building out your North Star. This is point B. So what's the opposite of these problems? For example, if my health isn't working, I'm overweight, I'm 20 kilos overweight, The opposite is I've lost 20 kilos. If I have no time in my business, the opposite is I have loads of time and I have balance. As humans, we're really good at focusing on what we don't want. So if our relationship is breaking down, we're arguing with our partner, we're not having sex, what's the opposite of that? A lot of guys struggle to build their vision, and the way you build your vision is you do the opposite of the problem. So for example, I'm 20 kilos overweight becomes I have lost 20 kilos and I'm looking amazing. I'm struggling with staying positive becomes I'm staying positive 99% of the time despite the challenges. Problems and wealth. I'm constantly working but have no money to show for it. I'm making and saving money effortlessly. So we take the negative language, we take the problem and point A, and we reframe it as point B. What's the opposite? I have no spare time for anything other than work, point A. I have spare time for fun, play, and adventure. I'm doing the things I love every single day. Problems in relationships. I'm losing my wife and she's cheating on me. Solutions, my wife and I are connecting and faithful for life. We are loving each other the same way as when we got married. Problem, I don't know how to communicate without getting angry or triggered. Solution, I'm communicating with patience and calm despite the triggers. This sounds so fucking simple that any area of your life that's not working, your marriage, your career, your business, your fatherhood, your health, you just identify what's not working, point A, and you build out the opposite, point B. Now we have where you are and we have where you want to go. And now the third step is identifying what are the roadblocks preventing us from getting from A to B. Now, before we figure out how to achieve your goals, before we figure out how to become the ultimate human, before we figure out how you can be successful in every area of your life, because you can't just be successful in one, we have to get clarity on these two areas and we have to be crystal clear. So spend some time on this, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, even an hour, identifying what's not working, what are the problems in my health, in my wealth, and in my relationships. And once you got those problems crystallized, paint the picture of the opposite. This is gonna be your North Star, your compelling vision to get you to where you wanna go. And you wanna have success and mastery in all three areas: health, wealth, and relationships. The third step here is identifying what the fuck is holding me back. By definition, if I'm here at point A, I have problems with my health, wealth, relationships. I have no time. I'm stressed. I come home and yell at my kids. I blow up like a ticking time bomb. That's point A. The opposite is I come home, I'm calm, I'm impatient, I'm loving life, I'm winning and succeeding. There's a gap. There's a gap between where you are and where you want to go, which by definition means there are roadblocks. There are barriers that are currently holding you back from getting from where you are to where you want to go. And I'm going to explain to you what the most common roadblocks or barriers are for most men. The first roadblock is that we don't know how to get from A to B. We don't know how to get from where we are to where we want to go. We don't have the tools, we don't have the strategies, we don't actually have the knowledge or awareness to get from A to B. As an example, if a problem in our health is we're overweight and unhealthy, the roadblock might be we don't know how to eat healthy. We don't know how to eat well. If you don't know how to do something, it's really fucking hard to do it. If you don't know how to fix a problem, it's really fucking hard to fix it. In our relationship, we argue with our wife, we've lost the intimacy in sex. We want to have connection, communication, and sex. We might just not know how to create that. And a lot of guys won't admit this, but when you don't know how to do something in your business, you figure it out. We don't do that for our personal lives. The second main roadblock that will hold you back from getting from where you are to where you want to go is you know what to do, but you don't do it. So you just don't do it. You procrastinate on it. You know that you should do something different, but because you're busy, because you're stressed, because you're working hard to provide, you either avoid doing it altogether or you dabble in it, but you don't fully commit. As an example, if our relationship's breaking down, we come home after a long day, we're stressed and triggered from the workday, our partner asks, "How was your day?" And we go, "It was fine." We know we should tell her how the day was, but we don't do the shit we know how to do because we're stuck in a pattern. Or we know we should eat well and exercise and go to the gym, but we don't do it because we're busy or because we have something else on. So roadblock number 1 is we don't know what to do. Roadblock number 2 is we know how to do it, but we don't do it. That leads us to roadblock number 3. Why don't we do the shit we know we need to do? And that is because we allocate blame or make excuses for why we can't do the things we know we need to do. It's cold outside. It's dark. I'll do it tomorrow. I have no time. I'm busy. My wife doesn't understand. No one understands. I can't find good staff. I need to work. What we tend to do is we let our excuses and our blame dictate the results in our lives. And you might not do this in your business, but you do it in your relationship. In business, you take ownership and responsibility. However, in your relationship, you blame your partner for the lack of intimacy. When we do this blame game, we hand our power away as men. And so many successful men do this, and then their relationships fall apart because they're blaming without taking any ownership. So roadblock number 1, you don't know what to do. Roadblock number 2 is you know what to do, but you don't do it. Roadblock number 3 is you use excuses, reasons, or circumstances to prevent you from achieving what you want in life. Roadblock number 4 is an unintentional one, and so is roadblock number 5. Roadblock number 4 is that you have trauma and patterns from the past that prevent you from getting to the next level. This happened to me when I was a child. My father was an alcoholic. I didn't know what it was like to be a man. I had to figure it out the hard way. My father was an angry man. My mother, she raised us as a single mother. She dealt with a lot of stress. So as I grew into an adult, even though I was successful in business and making money, I had a lot of anger. I had a lot of stress. I started drinking. I started sedating. These were all patterns from my childhood, traumas, things that held me back, and they came into my relationship with my wife, Rosie. They came into my communication with my daughter, Talia. They came into how I reacted to problems at work, how I dealt with stress, how I communicated when I was under pressure. There are roadblocks in your life, things from your past that you either haven't dealt with, that you haven't resolved, that come up in your personal relationships with the people around you, but also with the man in the mirror. So identifying what happened in the past that you haven't dealt with is such a powerful tool for you to move forward and ultimately become the best version of yourself, go from A to B and overcome those roadblocks. Which leads us to the 5th and final roadblock, and that is patterns. Everything you do in your life is a pattern. If there's any area of your life that's not working, your marriage is falling apart, you're triggered and angry, you're stressed, you work too much, you drink too much, you eat too much, you avoid the things you know you need to do, a lot of the time it's just a pattern. If you fold your arms right now, try and do it while you're listening to the video, and fold them the opposite way, it feels uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable to break a pattern. And sometimes the patterns in our lives are the biggest roadblocks. We do the same shit over and over again. We know we're doing it. We know we need to change it. But just like walking through snow or walking through a grassy patch, if you walk through it enough times, it creates a path of least resistance. And even though that path that we're walking is painful, we know being stressed, angry, triggered, not having sex, not communicating well, not being happy, not being healthy, we know it's painful. We don't change it because that pattern is ingrained. So if you can recognize that you either don't know what to do, you know what to do, or you're not doing it, that there are excuses and roadblocks holding you back, you can recognize that there's things from your past you haven't dealt with, and you can recognize that everything I just said is simply a pattern. Just having that awareness allows you to see the roadblocks that are preventing you from getting from where you are right now to where you want to go. And that takes us to the 4th step here in becoming the ultimate human and having the life you want. And step number 4 is something I like to call stop doing, do less lists and start doing, do more lists. So on one side, we have stop doing and do less. On the other side, we have start doing and do more. Life changes one step at a time. If there is an area of your life that's not working, point A, you want to change it, point B. There are roadblocks you're aware of that are holding you back because you've done the work by listening to this video, point C. All you have to ask yourself is, what is one thing I can stop doing or do less of to remove the roadblocks and get further away from point A and closer to point B? Put in a different way, what is one thing I can stop doing entirely or do less of to get me closer to where I want to be? So for example, in health, let's say you're 20 kilos overweight. That's the problem, point A. The solution is you've lost 20 kilos. That's the end goal. The roadblock is that you keep not following through. You know that you should eat well, you know you should exercise. However, every single morning you slam the alarm and snooze it 7 times. Well, guess what? One thing you can stop doing is slamming the alarm. Instead, you put the alarm outside of your room, so you stop hitting it, you have to get up. Let's say you come home and you drink too much or you smoke too much. You either stop doing it entirely or you just do less of it. And by definition, if you do less of the things that are holding you back, if you stop doing the things that are holding you back, you get closer to your goal. So what are the things holding you back from getting from A to B in your relationship, in your health and wealth? And what is one thing you can stop doing or do less of that's gonna help you get closer to your targets? The second area is start doing or do more lists. What is one thing you can start doing or do more of to achieve your goals? So let's say the problem in your relationship is you argue with your wife, you're not intimate. The goal is you're intimate, communicating well. What's one thing you can start doing or do more of to get closer to that goal? Well, every single day when you finish work, before you walk through the door, you can take a deep breath and go, and set the intention that you're gonna smile, go up to your wife, give her a big hug and say, how was your day? And you commit to doing that. That is one thing you commit to doing, and you do it over and over again until, just like brushing your teeth, it becomes a pattern. This is so fucking easy, and it requires you to just know where you are, point A, where you wanna go, point B, what's holding you back, and what is one thing you can stop doing or do less of, what is one thing you can do more of or start doing. Write a list of all the things you can stop doing and do less of. Write a list of all the things you can start doing and do more of for health, wealth, and relationships, and pick one thing that you're gonna commit to, just one, and do it. Commit to it, follow the fuck through. The word commitment is a funny one. What it really means is to make a conscious choice. You are consciously deciding to do something different. You're consciously deciding to bring awareness to what's not working. You're consciously deciding to focus on what you want. You're consciously bringing awareness to what's holding you back, and you're consciously making a decision, a conscious choice. It is a choice to do this thing. I'm gonna stop doing this. I'm gonna start doing this. That is my commitment. I am choosing it. And then all you want to do is build streaks. Set a target, 7 days straight of doing this thing. Now, if you fall off the wagon, reset your target, reset your streaks. You get 4 days in, you forget to do it, you do it again. The next target is 5 days. The next target is 6 days. And you go from 7 days to 30 days to 60 days of doing this thing until it becomes ingrained in you. And once it's done, you've stopped doing that thing, you've started doing that thing, you go back to your list, you pick the next thing. And you're constantly embedding these new patterns of behavior, these new actions, these new things that you do. You're consciously choosing something different, and over time, things begin to change in your life. Step number 5 is actually doing this shit consistently. And one of the easiest ways to become consistent quickly and effectively to have a better marriage, a better relationship, a better business, a better body is accountability and mentorship. I just spoke at my event for my clients here. We've coached over 5,000 men, programs anywhere from $90 a week all the way through to $50,000. Shameless plug, if you want help implementing any of these things, go to the link down below right now, book a call with our team. We'll build all of this out for you. But what we talked about was the power of mentorship. Over the last 8 years, I've spent over $400,000 on coaches, mentors, programs, events, systems, and processes. So I've learned from countless 10, 20, 30, 40 different people who have all spent their own time and money on their own courses, mentors, coaches, and people. So now I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years of knowledge collectively from all the people I've learned from, millions of dollars invested personally and from all the people I've learned from. And now I teach my clients how to do these things that I've learned, which means they don't have to spend the time or money that I did or all of my mentors and coaches did. It's crazy how so many successful men, they're successful in one area of business and they get business coaching, but they don't get relationship coaching or health coaching. They're successful in one area, their health, but they don't get business or relation. Like, we don't invest in these areas. One of the most effective ways to upgrade yourself is to condense time. And the way you condense time is you invest time, money, and energy in someone who has what you want. That's why so many men come into the Empowered Man program. I have a business that makes millions of dollars a year of profit. I have time and balance to be a father. I have a healthy body, a six-pack. I look good. I feel good. I'm full of energy. I feel alive. My relationship is on fire. Rosie and I have sex. We're intimate. We desire each other. We respect each other. After 8 years of being together, we're closer than ever. Men want that. They crave that. So once you know where you are, where you want to go, what's holding you back, and you've committed to doing something about it, stop doing this, start doing this, the next step is to find someone to hold you accountable who has the life you want. And yes, it's going to cost money, right? Our programs aren't cheap. We have $90 ones. If you can afford $90 a week, you can afford to work with us, and we're fucking good at what we do. But that money you spend, you're going to spend anyway in the cost of time. Think about all the problems you've had in your life, in your marriage, in your business, in your relationship, in your wealth. Anything you don't currently have, anything that's not working, It's only not working because you don't have the tools, the skill sets, the identity to be the person who deserves to have the life you want. So you can either figure it out the hard way by watching videos like this, which are helpful, or you can find someone to hold you accountable and mentor you, someone who's spent the time and money, someone who holds you accountable to those streaks, to those commitments you've made, which means every time you fall off the wagon, there's someone there supporting you. That's exactly what the Empowered Man is. As of recording this video, we have 300 men we're currently working with. Some make $200 million a year. They hold you accountable. They rise you to a higher standard. We have 10 coaches in our program that hold you accountable in your body, your mind, your business, your relationships, every single area, there's accountability. That's what every single human needs. And to become the ultimate human, you get to invest in yourself, to have a mentor, a coach, accountability, and support. If you want to become elite, just like all the top sports people, all the top business people, the most successful people on the planet, then mentorship is exactly what you need. So if you go to the link down below right now, you'll be able to book a coaching session with my team, and we'll literally build out your custom Empowered Man roadmap from free. From there, if you want to know about working with us, we can discuss it. If not, that's cool as well. But at least you'll have some accountability and mentorship to become the best man you can be. Go down below right now, book a coaching session, and we'll build out your custom Empowered Man roadmap. The final step here, the sixth step, is having a game plan. So if you have stop doing and start doing lists, now you need a plan on how to become the ultimate human. You need a way to start your day. How do you start your day every single day so you're on fire, you're bulletproof mentally, you're weaponized physically, you're physically on fire, you're full of energy, you jump out of bed ready to go. You need a plan on how to start your day. You need a plan on what to do throughout the day when there's pressure and stress. You need a plan on how to deal with challenges. You need a plan on how to control your thoughts and triggers and negative reactions. You need a plan on how to fit in, being healthy, exercising, eating well, while also balancing building wealth. You need a plan on how to finish your day. How do you communicate with your family at the end of the day? How do you communicate with your team compared to how you communicate with your family? How do you switch off at the end of the day? How do you achieve any of these things? By definition, if this is where you are, point A, if this is where you want to go, point B, if there's shit holding you back, you need a plan on how to get from A to B while overcoming those roadblocks. And plans are nuanced. Every single home has a different design. Every single vehicle has a different design. There are different plans. We seem to think as men as that some cookie cutter approach is going to get us to our goals. It isn't. Videos like this one are valuable. Podcasts, mentors, coaches. But what you really need to become the ultimate human is not just someone holding you accountable and mentoring you. You need steps to follow that are customized to your lifestyle, that are customized to your family situation, your wealth, your traumas, your challenges, your roadblocks, your problems, your vision. You need a game plan, a step-by-step methodical guide on what to do every day, at the start of the day, throughout the day, at the end of the day, every week, every month, every quarter, every year. And when you have the right plan, you can speed up time so much. You can literally achieve 4 or 5 years of results in just 1 year. What would your life look like if you knew exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it? What would your life look like if you had the exact roadmap, the scientific process to achieve all of your goals as quickly as possible? So if you haven't got one, start putting together a plan for yourself. What are you gonna do? When are you gonna do it? How are you gonna do it to achieve those goals? Now, this might sound really complicated. That's why companies like the Empowered Man exist, because we actually create the plan for you, so all you have to do is follow it. You have 3 options. 1, do it on your own, pretty slow, takes a lot of time, make a lot of mistakes. 2, hire somebody else. 3, hire us. They all work. You've just got to decide which plan is going to work for you the best and which one is going to get you the most return on your time, energy, and money. So let's recap these 6 steps before my camera overheats here. Number 1, get to the truth. What's not working in your health, wealth, and relationships? What are the problems? Write down health, wealth, relationships. List off as many problems in each area as you can. Step number 2, create your vision, your North Star, your compelling vision that pulls you forward. What's the opposite of the problems? What does it look like to have solutions? Step number 3, identify the roadblocks holding you back. What don't you know? What do you know to do but you're not doing? Where do you have patterns or traumas from the past? What are you blaming? What excuses do you have that are getting within your way? Step number 4, write a stop doing and do less list. What are all the things you can stop doing and do less of? Write a start doing and do more list. What are all the things you can start doing and do more of? And then pick one thing from each of those lists, commit to it for at least 7 days, and build streaks until it becomes a lifestyle, then select the next thing. Step number 5, get someone to hold you accountable and mentor you. Not your partner, not your friends, not your family, someone that you're investing in, someone that you have skin in the game with, someone to kick you up the ass, someone who's done it already, somebody who can tell you what to do, what to change, can give you rapid feedback. Every successful person, sports star, business person on the planet has a mentor or a coach or multiple mentors and coaches. And when you do this, you take all the money and time they've invested and you speed up your process. And step number 6 is have a game plan. Write yourself a plan of what you're gonna do, when you're gonna do it, how you're gonna do it. And if you don't know how to do that, find someone who can write the plan for you, because you can have it all. You can have a healthy body, full of energy, mentally unfuckwithable, while also having a great relationship with intimacy and sex and laughter and love, while being a great role model and leader for your children, for your team, while having a great business where you make loads of money and you also have balance. If you don't know how to do that, it means you're lacking the plan. So if you want the plan, go down below, book a coaching session with our Empowered Man team. We'll literally build this all out for you. Or if you don't want to do that, just give it the thumbs up or 5 stars and watch all of our podcast videos. There are over 100, and hopefully that helps. Have a great day.